There's a very strong connection with getting out in nature and connecting with codes for healing, for activation, for getting back to a space of feeling grounded and balanced. So for some of you that is not feeling that way, this is a strong message to get out and connect with the earth right now. I do feel like many of us are in like a limbo type of state of being, and this just could be because you have more lessons to learn, or there's something that you just haven't quite got when it comes to finishing out a cycle. Am I supposed to take all of these? When it comes to finishing a cycle. But really, when it comes to getting out and connecting with the earth, there's so much that can happen with that. Like I said, codes in nature, which are made for healing. So when you go and hug a tree, or you go and smell a flower, or maybe you're connecting with certain animals, or even animal totems or animal spirit guides, these are things that all can activate some sort of dormant DNA to reawaken, so that you can have some sort of awakening that is needed at that time. 1111, guys, look that number up. That's about staying positive. That's about new beginnings. That's also about acting as if and doing things in a way that would produce more results. So, first and foremost, get out and take some walks out in the beauty of nature. Both of these cards are screaming, get out with trees, get out where it's green, get out in the middle of the forest where it's silent, where you can be with your own thoughts, where you can be with spirit and connect with nature. All of those things are going to be highly beneficial. Looking at both of these cards, I'm also seeing the sun shining through very brightly. So connecting with the sun, maybe sitting down under a tree, setting intentions that the tree will give you the awakening, or, awaken the codes that need to be awakened at that time. And the sun will help them to be integrated in some way, shape, or form. Just setting intentions in general is going to be very beneficial when you are connecting. I do feel like sun gazing will even bring some benefits as well. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. And I'm being told not these cards anymore. There's a card that's turned over. I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So many of you are in this state of limbo because you quite haven't yet answered your purpose, your calling. For me, I've known for a long, long time that I need to make videos or go live and allow people to participate in the type of healing that I do. Help people to reawaken to the aspects of being able to connect with spirit, as well as, certain spiritual aspects like telepathy, clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience. All of those things are things that can be reawakened. And I feel like many of you just haven't completely fell into answering that call. Again, going back to, I'm supposed to be doing healing, going live, getting more people involved. When I'm supposed to do that, when the time is completely right, it'll happen. I get prepared for several months or several years before a certain thing happens, and it's preparing me for 321. Look that up. It's preparing me for lessons that I needed to learn as a soul, okay, to help me become a much more connected, stronger soul when it comes to answering this calling, or being a part of my own purpose. So it's about taking the suggestions that Spirit has given you. It's about listening to your intuition. It is about going in the direction and putting in action in those areas that keep repeating to you over and over and over again, through your intuition, through other people's words, maybe through things that you just see and notice, through signs and synchronistic things that are happening in your life. And, as you're going out and connecting in nature. One of the things that I've been manifesting for the past for a while is, one of the things that would make me very happy is fulfilling the desire of being a wife. I want to be a wife. I have been married before, and I've also gotten divorced, and it was something that I done when I was really young, and I wish that I wouldn't have done it. And, there's a certain type of man that I want. There's a certain type of relationship that I want, and that is what I am manifesting. Don't know what that has to do with anything, but there's something about working on going in the direction that Spirit has called you. And in those areas that keep repeating, for me, you're just going to know that you need to do something in that area, change something, what have you. a lot of awakenings are happening. I'm getting messages of strong awakenings that are happening. So this could be like those aha moments where you just know something to be the truth, or an aha moment where you're just like, I should not be doing this. This is spirit telling me not to do this. Or maybe it's several of those, quick flashes of inspiration that tell you that you're on the right path. But there's something about reconnecting, allowing the energy of the earth to reactivate this dormant DNA. And for some of you that's already went through several different types of awakening spiritually, this is not going to be anything that you haven't went through before. It's going to be some sort of like reawakening and maybe getting you back into like the area that you need to be in when it comes to your gifts, your talents, answering a purpose, answering a call of some way, shape, or form. For some of you, this answering the call is a certain job that you're supposed to be taking. But anyhow, some of you have been on the defense thinking that maybe you should have been further by now. Maybe there's more things that you could have done, or blah, 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 blah. I've been there. I've done that. I went back and forth with that type of energy, thinking that, instead of sitting and crying about so-and-so not being in my life, or, my job not going the way that it is, I can be grateful for the blessings that have happened. I can be grateful for the growth that I have had. I can be grateful for the expansion and everything that's came along with that, meaning the lessons that my soul needed to learn and things like that, because I now see that I am a stronger soul because of it. And moving into this next chapter of my life, answering the call, being in my purpose, it needed every one of those lessons to bring me to where I am now, so that I am a stronger person. And when I go and move into this call and become even more a part of the purpose that I was sent here for, then it's going to be easier. It's going to feel much lighter. It's going to feel like the lessons that I learned before has prepared me for what I'm coming into now. And I'm feeling success. So for many of you, this energy that you're coming into now is success, because you've learned a lot of what you need to learn. And now going out in nature and allowing nature codes to reawaken some things, or awaken even more so some of the things that are already awakened, is helping you to see that you still are on the right path. You're still doing what you need to do. If it feels like there's been setbacks, most of these setbacks probably have to do with the fact that you're switching from one timeline to another, or you're ending some sort of cycles and moving into new cycles, or what have you. Some of you are in this energy of the ego getting in the way, but many of you are also in the energy of getting the ego out of the way. So take this how it resonates with you. So if you're in the energy where, your ego keeps telling you, if you go this direction, it's not going to be fulfilling. If you just keep going where you're going, it's much more comfortable being uncomfortable than having to work really hard to achieve your desires. There's all this back and forth with making you feel wishy-washy about moving into this calling, about allowing these awakenings to happen more and more and more. And when I say allow, yes, we do allow these awakenings to happen, because if we're not taking the suggestions to go out and hang out by the trees, or be out in the forest, or be out in the greenery, then that awakening is going to wait. It's not going to happen until you do the things that are suggested through your intuition and through your just deep internal knowings. So this back and forth with the ego is something that some of you are processing now. Maybe this is a cycle that needs to end for some of you, and I am hearing yes, but I do feel like answers are going to come when you go hang out in the forest, when you go hang out with trees, when you get out in the greenery. Many of you may feel like there's a sword pointing at you, so to speak. Somebody's pointing a finger at you. Maybe this is spirit pointing the finger, like you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to change this, you need to think this way, you need to set intentions like this, you need to manifest like that, like just all kinds of fingers pointing at you saying do. But the reason why it's getting to you so much is because you still haven't finished the cycle of letting the ego see what the ego needs to see. So learning the lessons 9/11 that need to be learned, and then moving into the desires of your heart through the suggestions that intuition, deep internal knowings are telling you. It doesn't have to feel like there's all kinds of energy stressing out and pointing towards you, but it does need to feel like this energy that is pointing towards you and stressing you out a little bit is just energy that needs to be moved around in some way, shape, or form, or energy that needs to be taken a look at, or energy that is just finishing up in a cycle so that you can move into this new timeline, this new cycle. So if you're fighting yourself, if you're fighting others, let go of that. This is not a time to beat yourself up. It's not a time to be all up in your feelings, but a time for action and a time for movement, a time for getting things done and accomplished, a time for listening to your intuition and allowing the ego to step aside and allowing the good part of the ego to step in and say, okay, this is what I've been desiring. This is what I've been wanting. This is what I've been manifesting and asking for. The problems that come along with it, these are problems that I needed to have. These are things that I need to see as not just problems, but something that is meant to teach me something that so that I can move forward in this calling, with a relationship, with a desired outcome at a career, or becoming an entrepreneur. There's just several things that are going on here, and I feel like it's going to resonate differently for everybody. But what is going to resonate the same with everybody is this back and forth with the ego telling you to do this or to do that, not do this or not do that. And really this energy and this cycle of going through trusting and being patient with your intuition and listening to the suggestions of your heart. The quarrels that are going on are quarrels within yourself, quarrels where you're fighting your own ego, your own thoughts, your own processes. And it's about just taking your hands off of the process and saying, okay, spirit, okay, God, okay, universe, I don't know exactly what you're doing here, but I know that I need to trust. I know that I need to move forward, and knowing that things are going to be exactly how they're supposed to. Why? Because I've already been told when my soul came to this earth, this incarnation, it was told these are the lessons that I have to go through. These are the things that I'm going to be challenged with, and this is how I'm going to get through those things. And right now, tapping into that intuition and into those deep internal knowings are going to answer that for you. They're going to show you exactly what your next steps are. Some of you need to also get connected or reconnected with your Kundalini energy. Meditation is going to bring on a lot of insight into how to do that. Meditation in general will reawaken, or for whatever reason, the words becoming more alive with your Kundalini. So for some of you, there's manipulations or some sort of actions that you need to take to become more alive with your Kundalini, become more in touch with it, to where you know exactly what your next steps are and what's right for you, what's wrong for you, and so on and so forth. So dancing, movement of your body, getting connected with the sun, moon, and stars, getting connected with the earth, getting connected with water, getting connected with foods that are not as dense or overly processed or what have you. These are all ways in which your Kundalini will respond and start answering. By movements of your body, by muscle testing. Your body might move forward when there's a yes answer. It might move backwards when there's a no answer. Your head might bob up and down for a yes. It might go back and forth for a no. That's all certain ways of muscle testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a message of progress, positive progress, moving in the right direction. Some of you are being asked to be careful with lustful type of thoughts, overthinking about a situation, moving in directions that feel comfortable to you just because it's really uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is a situation that feels uncomfortable, you're safe and uncomfortable type of feelings, but you know that it's not really what's best for you, but you stay in that area because it's safe. You don't have to grow. You don't have to expand. You don't have to change certain aspects of yourself or whatever. And you're being warned, don't do that. You're being warned to move out of that type of energy. The ego is really kind of getting to you right now, and they're asking you, to move towards your goals, accomplishments, and dreams, and to achieve what you want to achieve. You're going to have to start answering the call, whatever the call is. If it's somebody your calling keeps moving you towards a certain career path or becoming an entrepreneur, maybe a calling right now is calling you towards a twin flame or a soulmate and moving into this next area of a relationship or whatever it may be. Which cards? Thank you. I feel like some of you are very close to achieving some sort of goal. It may feel like it's far off because you haven't been putting much energy or time into it for a while. It may be even a long while, months or even years, but Spirit is recalling you back to this area. If you're feeling even more so like you need to be in a certain purpose or be in touch with a calling or something like that, then this is exactly what Spirit is referring to. Whatever is calling to you, that is a calling. Okay, so whether it's a relationship, your spiritual journey, something to do with your emotions, it doesn't really matter. It could be all of the above. That is a calling that you're being called towards, and you're being called so that you can learn the lessons that you need to learn, whether they be good, bad, or indifferent, and move in the directions that you need to move. I feel a lot of pivoting right now, so you may be called in a lot of different directions and have to learn to pivot your energy into different situations as needed. Give me 2 more shuffles, please. How many? Thank you. You know, after a time of really like filling out the ego and seeing what part of the ego needs to be responded to and what area of your ego does not, meaning like, you know, you have the devil on the shoulder and you have the angel on the shoulder, the devil being the negative part of the ego that tries to detour you away from going in a new direction because it doesn't feel as safe to you as you think it should feel or what have you. The angel on your shoulder is like, but trust, have faith, have patience. We got you. We are going to guide you on this way. Get out of this negative ego and let this part of your good ego show you the way. So there's a lot that has to do with getting the ego out of the way, and there will be success. Now we do have the custodian, which says meditation is going to bring answers, getting really deep into connecting with the Kundalini energy, going internally and seeing what you find internally. So what is your spirit telling you? What is your higher self referring to at this time that is going to help you move forward? There's a lot of feelings of vibrant type of energy moving past this first part of the reading and getting past the ego that has been feeding you negative energy and back and forth with positive energy, and moving into this energy of, you know what, I've tackled the ego. I know exactly what I need to do. For many of you, this is not your first round with the ego or an ego death. So it's become easier and easier and easier to where you're just like, I don't need to take weeks to figure out this ego thing, or I don't need to take months to allow it to tear me down and make me feel like I'm not going to accomplish anything. Instead, moving into this energy of ecstasy, of bliss, of joy, of happiness, because you've listened to the good aspect of your ego and you're starting to move in directions that are more beneficial to a calling, more in touch with a purpose. I am feeling one more card, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. The Alchemist is talking about energy that is spent in areas that is beneficial. For some of you, this energy is being spent in areas that will help you to become a leader. This is somebody who is able to help others to move forward in their spiritual journey, maybe in a job, maybe in a career path, or whatever it may be. There's this energy of moving past complaining, moving past the doubts, fears, and insecurities, moving past any of that energy that keeps you in a lower vibration of fear, doubt, and insecurity, and moving into this more transforming type of energy, an energy that is going to be more productive for you moving forward in your calling and in a purpose. I do feel like many of you have shed a lot of tears, and now it's going to be about wiping the tears off and showing a smile on your face, showing this energy or this face of determination, and just knowing that the job is going to get done. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. I'm also feeling like clapping and cheering, like somebody just really wants you to know that you've done a good job, and wherever you are now is exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't beat yourself up if you're not further than what you think that you should be, because that's all just human type of energy. There is no time or space in the etheric. So getting out of this time construct that we have put upon ourselves as humans and getting more into this energy of just being still, being in the energy of whatever, not processing your thoughts and thinking too much about your thoughts, but just letting them be. And when you know that you need to move, it's because it's repeated thoughts, it's repeated energy, it's energy that spirit is giving you just these nudges or these internal knowings of this is what to do. Am I supposed to take these? Some of you have been holding on too tightly to something. This could be onto a relationship, and too tightly onto a job, too tightly onto something that is not benefiting you any longer. It could have been something that was benefiting you before. And I'm just going to explain to you guys. So when I quit the job that I have before this one, I was told by spirit, go in this direction. This is something you need to do. I felt like I was moving backwards. I became a housekeeper and I felt like I was moving backwards from what I was doing, and the money just wasn't very good. Within 3 months of being there, I was working my ass off, showed them that I could do the position that I'm doing now. I got a $30,000 raise, and I've had 2 raises since then. However, I am now not happy at my job. I feel like my job had a purpose, and it was a purpose to show certain people certain things, help people awaken certain things in them, and help the business as a whole grow in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like now I've come to the end of that journey after being in this position for over a year, and I'm being asked to move in a different direction. It might be backwards, back to doing housekeeping so that I can have a 7 to 3 o'clock job. After 3 o'clock, I come home and I can do my business and get back into doing what I'm supposed to do. 2002, look that up on Sacred Scribes. It had its purpose, and now I'm feeling even more so called to walk away from that purpose and go in a different direction. And now it's going to be about building my business back up, about, showing my talents and my gifts and other ways. So yes, it was needed. However, it wasn't needed forever. And now it's time for me to move on. And I have these weird feelings about this because my human's saying, well, what is people going to think about this? Are they going to judge me because I got this job and worked so hard for it and now I'm not? Are they going to think I'm not capable of doing it? It doesn't matter what people think that I'm capable of or not capable of doing. They know how hard of a worker I am. They know how much I've accomplished in this building for the building. And they know that also I've been taken advantage of in many ways. So that just came to me. Anyhow, so loosen your grip. You don't have to feel so tied down to something, but however, allow yourself to just feel more in the flow state. So when you start flowing with your intuition and what spirit is telling you, you don't feel so much like something's got a hold on you, and you don't feel so much like you need to 2-1-1-1 feed into the negative aspect of the ego, the devil on the shoulder that's getting you. Instead, you can just jump right into a full situation and not worry about the outcome, because in the past, it showed you if you have trust, faith, patience, and open-mindedness and willingness to move forward in different directions, then that's exactly what's going to happen. So you're being asked to jump right in those areas where spirit has been nudging you, giving you repeated thoughts, whatever it may be. This is the time. This is the right energy. This is time for an adventure. Yes, yes, yes. Say yes to change. Say yes to adventure. Some of you also have a double mission. This might be a mission of being a lover, a friend, a parent. It could be also on the flip side of that, you have a mission to be a light worker, a game changer for some reason is coming up to me. So you're somebody that's meant to show other people that changes are possible through you changing. They've seen that and they realize this is not all there is to life. I can too change. So some of you have a double mission, and it's been quite challenging for some of you, but I do feel like for many of you, you're starting to realize this is what you need to do. This is what you don't need to do. And you're moving in the directions where you do. Which messages do I go to, please? Thank you. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever again, but trust and know that I've been making a lot of changes necessary to not only achieve like the goals that I want to achieve outside of my spiritual life, but also goals that I need to achieve for my spiritual life. And I'm coming back, guys. Just keep being patient with me, okay? Keep coming back. Keep being patient with me. I've not left. I've not gone anywhere for good. I am coming back, and I'm going to come back very strong, but there's some things that are being resituated in my life right now for the good. Okay. It doesn't feel real pleasant at the moment, but it is okay. And I just know that my future husband is coming soon, and some of the changes that I'm being prepared for right now have to do with my mate coming and the changes that are going to be within that relationship. So don't know who it is yet. I just know that spirit has been showing me all kinds of synchronicities, hearts all over the place, the words I love you, seeing people together holding hands, and seeing people doing things that I want to do 2, 3, 4, 5 with my future husband and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to keep manifesting that. I'm going to keep allowing these changes to happen, and I'm going to keep waiting on this love of my life to come in. I feel like I know what spirit is doing and whom and what is changing in other places so that my future husband can come in, and I'm just being patient on that. Anyhow, if I am wrong, my future husband is still coming in, and it'll be there. It'll be here when it's supposed to. All right, 2 more shuffles, please. How many cards? How many cards? Thank you. Okay, so I can't make this stuff up, okay? I love when things like this happen, when there's confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. The first 3 cards that we got in the reading were all about, you know, a calling, a purpose, getting back to nature so that you can reawaken what needs to be reawakened. Maybe some of you have had this calling awaken in you before, and then it became dormant again for whatever reason. You didn't act accordingly to your suggestions of your spirit or intuition, or maybe another person was involved and they didn't do what they needed to do, but some way, shape, or form, something has been put on hold for a purpose and for a calling. Maybe several purposes, maybe several callings, or what have you. And at the end of the reading, we're getting the Song of the Siren. This is acting as a part of your calling or purpose, being summoned to that calling and purpose and being active in it. So for many of you, you're going to start to see that your commitments, your dedication, your wanting, your whatever it may be, is being put and directed towards a calling, a purpose, a situation that you've been wanting to be fulfilled for quite some time. Lemuria returns, which is all about reconnecting with earthly spirituality, your crystals, the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, the water, oceans, community, getting together with people that can also help you to expand spiritually. There's something about sharing your voice, being acknowledged for your knowledge and wisdom. Yes, yes, yes. I do want to get some charms. They're kind of calling to me. I've been seeing them the last couple cards that I did. So let's just see what they have to say today. Uh-oh. Okay, we've got several things. So hiking is going to be pretty prominent for some of you. Getting out and hiking, connecting with rock climbing, anything of that sort. Collecting things in nature. So this may be like there's certain feathers or leaves, or maybe you're making a collage, or maybe you're going collecting crystals from a creek or something of that sort. There's something about being in nature and collecting something. It may just be that you're getting out in nature and collecting the knowledge that it's giving you, something like that. We do have the moon and star together, which is just a confirmation of what I was telling you. Connect with the sun, moon, and stars. These will also give you activation, some sort of upgrades to your DNA, or maybe a new awakening to your dormant DNA. Again, take it how it resonates with you, but I do feel like some of you, oh, don't go down in the hole. Some of you are going to feel very strong connections to the earth right now, and especially connection with trees and anything green. So you may even feel like swirling around your head or crown area, third eye area. Ears may hear fluctuations of tones or what have you, but there's something that is definitely activating within your ears. Get out, connect with nature. You're going to understand what I'm talking about. Many of you have already experienced this, but the Kundalini energy wants to be very active and to help it stay active, being in nature as much as possible, dancing, less dense energies around you, less dense foods put into your body, things of that sort. So you do have the crystal ball, which makes me feel like some of you are coming into an energy of deep internal knowing, seeing what the future holds, having some sort of insight into things that haven't happened just yet. So some of you, as you go through these new awakenings to your DNA, you may even realize, or reawakenings to your DNA, you may realize that you have some sort of gift of clairsentience, or maybe just these deep internal knowings of things that are getting ready to happen come to you, premonitions, prophecy type of situations. There's something that needs to be organized and put together. I do feel like this is referring to last minute finishing touches on something, or for some of you, this could be legal situations, getting them wrapped up or together, what needs to come together, like paperwork or just information being put together. But there's something about getting things organized and put together. Let's see here. Let's get some affirmation cards and I'll let you guys go. I hope that you guys are getting something from this reading. It feels very beneficial to me today, so I'm hoping that it's beneficial for you guys as well. I have been feeling this message coming out to me very strongly for the past 6 months. However, I've just been going with the flow, being in the now moment, and whatever is meant to happen for me has been happening for me, and I've just been flowing. So hopefully you guys are flowing too, and not beating yourself up too much, and, you know, just seeing what Spirit has for you. Anyhow, let me get a drink real quick. Okay, so when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. I feel like this is just talking about the ego. You know, make sure that you're having faith, patience, and trust when you're going through this ego death. You know, what is meant to happen for you is going to happen as long as you're following suggestions of your heart and intuition. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. I'm going to get one more of these. I guess I'm getting two more of them. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and the energy of love. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Faith, patient, trust. Let's see what kind of popsicle sticks come out today. Oh, we have 3 of them. Solar plexus chakra. Governs personality, ego, and identity, as well as freedom, choice, authenticity. This is a message of connecting with your personal power. I am connected with discernment, so using that discernment of spirit right now is going to be beneficial. And I am empathic, so you're feeling things out. Your intuition, your empathic abilities, your being able to feel the energy of a room or a person is very heightened at this time. And I'm hearing yes, yes, yes. Is there any other messages that would like to come through? Okay, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Much love to you guys. I'm going to go enjoy my last day of vacation. Bye.